Good evening for Madison Public Television and Daniel Hand High School Tiger football. This is game number 2 of the 2000-year season. We're about ready to get underway at Fairfield University Field. This is Fairfield Prep that Hand is playing tonight. They played Guilford last week and lost 6-0. Hand lost to Lyman Hall. Max Rosenthal hits a line drive at about the 12. Man slips. He's down at about the 13, 14. This is Kent Sprague. John Woods is on the camera to begin the game. Steve Fust is here. And the band has just arrived in the background, so we'll have a little more sound from the Hand side. We're on the Fairfield Prep side. Hand lost to Lyman Hall last week, 33-20. Fairfield Prep lost to Guilford, 6-0. We also understand that Fairfield Prep had their starting quarterback and a couple of other key players out hurt last week, and they're back this week. So we don't know how good they are, but we'll find out tonight. Fairfield Prep with the ball first. Quarterback rolling, and he's in trouble. Sacked inside the 10. Several Hand players had a hold of him. One of them was 54 there, and 54 is Vin Paolini. Keep that number in mind. He makes a lot of tackles. And there were also 2 other Hand players right in there on the quarterback. I'll try to pick up as much as I can of the numbers as we go. Frank Tordoff is in Maine at a wedding this weekend, so we're doing it solo tonight. Fairfield Prep with second down about 15, a 5-yard loss. High formation, quarterback looking to throw. He's looking left and being pressured. Now he's throwing left, way overthrown, nowhere near a receiver. Coverage there by 21, Gavin. Number 21, Sean Gavin had the coverage on that receiver. Brings up 3rd and 15 for the Jesuits of Fairfield Prep. That pass sort of floated on the quarterback, but in warm-ups, this quarterback has got a good arm. He can throw the ball hard. How accurately remains to be seen. That one wasn't very accurate. Fairfield Prep splits a man wide each side. Split backfield, looking to throw, looking high and down the middle. There's Hand with a couple of receivers. That's Sean Gavin, interception. Run the back. Sean Gavin will take it back inside the 25. That ball was thrown up for grabs, and there were 2 Hand players that either one of them could have caught it. No chance of the Fairfield Prep man of catching it. So that was just a rainbow out there. Whoever wanted to come down with it, and Sean Gavin was the man that got it. Hand with the ball first now at about the 24. First down, their first possession of this game. We're early, no score. Max Rosenthal, the quarterback, hands off to Matt Monteith, who maybe gains a yard, and that's all. No, you're not even going to get that. Right near the line of scrimmage. Stopped right at the 25. Max Rosenthal is the quarterback. Out of the game goes Christian Anderson. In is Matt Reynolds at the fullback position. Matt Monteith, 28, is the tailback. And that's the first man, breaks a tackle, breaks another one. That's Reynolds. Reynolds clear down inside the 10. First down, goal to go for Hand, down about the 7. Matt Reynolds bulldogged his way to the, where's that ball spotted? About the 7, it looks like. First and goal for Hand. Their first possession, a good run by Matt Reynolds. Broke several tackles en route. That's pitched wide to Monteith. Now he's going to cut it back, and Monteith gains nothing. Good pursuit on the defense by Fairfield Prep. He may have gained a half a yard, and that's it. It's down about to 6 now. 2nd down and 6 for Hand. 2nd down and goal at the 6. I should say. Number 42 is Tony Mead in the blocking position at fullback. And Monteith follows Mead, and nothing there either. Going to lose a yard, it looks like. Matt Monteith running out of the tailback position. And that one lost a yard, so they're right back where they started this series of downs. 3rd down now. Potential pass situation here. Tony Mead in a flank to the right. Hand takes timeout before they run this 3rd down play. We have 8:45 left, first quarter, no score. Fairfield Prep has had the ball once and was intercepted by Sean Gavin, and now Hand has got the ball for their first possession. Here we go. 3rd down and goal at the 6 for Hand. They got Aloma split wide left, everybody else in tight. Matt Monteith in the tailback position and Michael Lee in at the fullback position. He's 38. Potential pass play. And it's thrown in the end zone. Complete to Aloma. Touchdown Hand. Number 5, Aloma in the left sideline of the end zone. Oh, a good pass play. Max Rosenthal rolled left, threw it left, and Aloma kept his feet in bounds in the end zone. Hand scores first with 8:38 left in the first quarter. I noticed that LJ Spinato does the long snapping. Number 8, Smith is a holder, and Rosenthal puts it through. Hand leads 7-0. And Hand's band has come to life. They just found their seats, and they saw the first touchdown before they got seated. Okay, go ahead. Hand is set to kick off back to Fairfield Prep after the first score early in the first quarter. A pass from Rosenthal to Aloma. Max Rosenthal quarterbacks. He also does the kicking. He will kick off. And he hits a low line drive, bounced and picked up at about the 11, run to the right side. Pretty good return going over there and tackle down. Look, trying to pick up the number of the kid who tackled. Christian Anderson, number 30, makes that tackle. Brings down his man at about the 35, it looks like. Fairfield Prep with better field position. They got on the first, open the game. Man fielded the ball on a deep kick by Rosenthal and had his knee down about to 14. This time they brought it clear to the 35. Handed off to the fullback up the middle. 75 in there, makes the first contact. Gains 2 or 3 yards. That's Roy Keane, number 75, in on the tackle. And Fairfield Prep has a man down on the field, so we've got an injury timeout with a break in the action. On that last play, number 74 for Fairfield Prep, his name is Will Pinson Rose, 5'11", 250-pound senior tackle, injured his left ankle and is helped off of the field. We hope he's okay. This play is a pitch wide right, tackled by Tony Mead at about the 40. So a short gain, and Mead makes the hit. Brings up third down for Fairfield Prep. Gains about a yard or so. It's going to be third down and a long 4. So the injured player for Fairfield Prep was one of their senior linemen, one big boy, 250-pounder there in the middle of the line. We hope he's okay, but he limped off, needing some help. A potential pass play here. Fairfield Prep with a receiver each side of the field. Quarterback straight back, looking left. Now he's going to run, and he's tackled in the backfield. Good tackle by 56. That's Spinato. Number 56 is L.J. Spinato made that tackle. Quarterback rolled left looking to throw and could not get it away. Bring up fourth down and a long 4 for Fairfield. On their own side of the field, so they will punt. Widen your lens, John. There's going to be a punt here. Back to receive is Christian Anderson, back deep. Punt about the 25, and it's got a good punt. It's going to hit and roll, and it's still rolling, and Fairfield Prep downs it near the 35. Next week's game is Thursday because it's the Jewish holiday. Hand with the ball back. So far, Hand has looked sharp in this game. They were a little flat last week in their first game of the season. You expected a lot of mistakes. So far, they've looked sharp. Their second possession, we're halfway through the first quarter. Hand leads 7-0. Fairfield Prep, that's Matt Monteith trying to turn the corner on the left side, and he doesn't get anything. Well defensed by Fairfield. Matt Monteith trying to go around that left corner, but it was strung out and played well on defense. Out of the game for Hand is 38, who is Michael Lee, a sophomore. Second and about 11, and lost a yard to scoreboard. Oh, the ball is loose on the ground, and it's still bouncing around. Clear back, Fairfield Prep covers it about the 47. That snap did not appear to be handled cleanly, and somebody batted it then backwards to Fairfield Prep at the 47, so a break for them. Fairfield Prep with 5:40 left in the first quarter. Hand leading 7-0. And one turnover so far for each side. Quarterback looking to throw, and he's hit just as he throws. Incomplete pass, hit the ground, and good pressure there. One of them was Reynolds, 36, was right in there on the quarterback, Matt Reynolds, 36. Vinny Paolini calling the defensive signals for Hand, number 54. There's a linebacker position. 75 there is Rory Kane. 56 is L.J. Spinato. I'll try to get the rest of them as we go. Fairfield Prep man moved early. Number 63 guard there pulled up early, so that'll probably be 5 against Fairfield Prep. Number 91 for Hand is Brett Stisley, playing defense. Let's see, who else we got in the line there? I can't see all the numbers from this position. Second down on about 15. We've got 45 in the end of the line there for Hand. That's Brian Gallagher, the senior. So potential pass play here. Second down and 15. They need big yardage, but instead they hand it off up the middle, and they're not going to get anything there. In on that defensive surge was 75, Rory Kane. Third and 15. That was a draw play that got nothing. Pass situation here coming up. So far, the passer for Fairfield Prep has kind of thrown rainbows out there, lofted it up in the air, and gotten one intercepted. He's back to throw again, looking to throw, rolling to the near side. Now throws it. It's incomplete, knocked down, overthrown. Sean Gavin in the middle of the coverage. So is Christian Anderson. There were a lot of players in that area. It would have been hard to get a completion there. 4th and 15 for Fairfield Prep. Not sure what we've got here. We need another ball, I guess. They're not in punt formation. 4th and 15. Yeah, there is a punter back there. He's right behind this nice light pole we've got in front of us. For me, I didn't see him. Punt formation for Fairfield Prep. Christian Anderson back to receive. Good snap. No pressure and a good long high kick. And Christian Anderson catches it and goes to the left. Christian Anderson never makes a fair catch. He's still going over there. That may have been a case where he should have called a fair catch. He's down about the 11 or 12. Well, they're not at the 11 or 12. They're down about the 9 where they spotted the ball. So hand deep in their own territory here. Hand it off to the first man. That's Reynolds, and Reynolds up over the 15. About a 6 or 7 yard gain by Matt Reynolds. Well, he carried that ball right behind the center and left guard. That gets him out of the hole just a bit. About a 6 yard gain they gave him. So we got Tony Mead in the fullback position, Matt Monteith at the tailback. That's Monteith carrying. Monteith takes it up to about the 19. He's not far from a first down there, maybe a yard short. We're going to measure. He's close enough to measure. Brings up 3rd down and short. Looks from this angle maybe he might be just short. Interesting, one of the referees, in fact the referee carrying the chain in is a woman. Got a lady referee in this crew of referees tonight. No reason she can't be an excellent referee of high school football. They're going to be about 6 inches short of a first down. Third and short. Look for a power play here, and Matt Reynolds is a fullback. He's normally a guy you might expect to carry this ball. Max Rosenthal, the quarterback. And that's Reynolds with the ball, and he's got that first down across the 20. Mark Reynolds just bowled his way forward. The center there is Joe Naughton. He was blocking straight ahead, and Reynolds followed him. First down for hand. Rosenthal hands it off to Monteith, heading for the left side, trying to turn the corner. He's got a few yards. He's pushed out of bounds. I'm not sure exactly where. Looks like that ball is going to be spotted near the 25. In the middle of the offensive line for hand there, Joe Naughton, 64 at center. Who else we got? We're quite a ways away here. Spinato is the right tackle, right guard. And a run up the middle, big hole for Monteith, first down and more. He went from the 25 to the 37, about a 12-yard gain. First down hand. Right off the top. We're coming up on 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Hand leading 7-0. Fairfield Prep Jesuits are the opposition tonight. We're playing at Fairfield University's field. Looking to throw. Rosenthal looking to throw. There's his man. Complete pass. Caught by Aloma with a man hanging on him. Right down at the 45. Nice catch by Aloma. He shielded the defensive man away from the ball and went up and got it. Number 5 is Jason Aloma, Jr. He's showed us he's got good hands in the last game. Another first down for hand right across the 45. Aloma goes left. Tony Meade is in at fullback. And a timeout for hand before the play is run. Max Rosenthal calls a timeout with hand first and 10 at about the 45. 1:34 left in the quarter. Okay. Rosenthal didn't like where everybody was and called a timeout before that play was run. First down. Pitch wide to Monteith. He's got blocking ahead of him. Number 70, Drew, was out in front of him there. That's Tom Drew, offensive tackle. Drew is 226, good-sized young man. Gained about 2 yards. It looked for a minute like he might get more than that. The end of the game is number 2, Craig Doolittle, who is a wide receiver. He's going left, and Aloma coming right. And in slot right is Monteith. And they're going to load it up to the right. Rosenthal rolls right now. He's going to throw complete pass down to Aloma, down about the 32. And that's enough for another first down. He had first down distance plus about 2 more. So hand flooded receivers to the near side of the field, and complete pass to Aloma from Rosenthal. That one's handed off to Reynolds, and Matt Reynolds pulls his way to about the 27. Matt Reynolds gains about 5 yards just by lowering his head and hanging onto the ball. We're down to 3 seconds and running in the quarter, so that will be the last play of the first quarter. Hand is leading Fairfield Prep 7-0 after 1 quarter of play, and except for turnover on a fumble snap from center that Fairfield Prep got, Hand has looked very sharp tonight. We'll hope that continues. We switch into the field for quarter number 2, and Hand is driving with the ball again. Handed off this time to the first man, and that looks like Reynolds just bullying his way across the 25 down to about the 23. Tony Meade brings in a play for Rosenthal. Third down, and well, they haven't got the scoreboard not right. Looks like 3rd and about 3 for Hand. And it's handed off this time, and a big hole by Tony Meade. Go down to the 15. First down. Tony Meade carries the ball. Tony is better known to hand watchers as a defensive player. He's a hard hitter on defense. Hasn't gotten to carry the ball too much, but he looked good on that one. First down for Hand. Hand can make a first down at about the 5. Hand it off to Reynolds, and Reynolds gets a few. Down to about the 11. About a 4-yard gain, 4.5 for Matt Reynolds. Reynolds runs hard with his head down, leaning forward, and Meade is back in at that fullback position. Monteith's the tailback. And that's the tailback, Monteith. Monteith is trying to turn the corner. There's a flag down. Flag is thrown right near the line of scrimmage. Monteith was trying to follow the blocking of Taylor, number 11, John Taylor. Big tight end in there. That's going to be a holding call against Hand. That'll push him back. I think that was on Taylor's block there. He hooked the defensive man a little bit. That will move the ball back to about the 20, or is it 22? Looks like. 2nd and 16. They need to get to about the 6 for a first down. Potential pass play here. Hand with 2 receivers right, 1 left. Rosenthal looking right. He's looking for a Lomo over there, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Run back up the sideline. He's got room to run. Finally nailed with a sure tackle over there by number 55. That's the other Reynolds. Mark Reynolds makes the tackle. But that ball was thrown a little high and behind the intended receiver. Intercepted and brought back. Fairfield with the ball back at the 32 now. And the Fairfield Prep band is right in front of us. I'll try to talk over it. That's the tailback coming this way, nothing. Number 35 for Hand sealed that off on this side. That's Ben Mullen. Gained a yard, but there was no way he was going to get much more than that. There were about 3 tacklers met him there. Line of scrimmage, he fell forward for a yard. And the Pep section for Fairfield Prep is right down in front of us. Quite a few students here, it looks like. High formation for Fairfield. Quarterback straight back, looking to throw left. And it's thrown over there, complete pass. Tackled by 54 Paolini. First down, Fairfield. Vin Paolini dropped back into coverage and made the tackle, but the receiver was wide open. That was a good-looking pass. Laid that one out on the line. That wasn't a rainbow. First down for Fairfield Prep at the 47. Just under 9 minutes left before the half, and Hand is leading 7-0. Quarterback hands off up the middle, and a gain of close to 5 yards. Number 91, Stisley, in there for Hand on the tackle. 75 right there also is Rory Kane. Number 45 for Hand on the far side is Brian Gallagher. About a 5-yard gain. And handed off right up the middle, and he's going to be stopped short of the line of scrimmage. Met by Spinato and Let's see, 45 is the other tackler, Gallagher. Spinato and Gallagher stacked that run up right at the line of scrimmage, lost a yard, right at midfield. Third and 5, and so far Fairfield Prep hasn't run much against Han. Potential pass play here, I would think. Quarterback drops straight back, looking to throw, and he's hit. He's hit as he throws by Roy Kane, 75, right in on him. Kane looked like he was unblocked, or at least he shed his blocker in a hurry. He hit the quarterback before the quarterback threw, and the ball fluttered over in the sideline here. 4th and 6 for Fairfield Prep. Back to receive this punt for Han. 38, Michael Lee is the short man. The deep man is Christian Anderson. Good snap, good punt out of there. Yeah, that's a pretty good punt. And it's caught on the run by Christian Anderson, heading for the far side. There's a flag down. Anderson brings it back to the 40. We may have an illegal block. Let's see what that one is. I think that one's probably going to come back. Christian Anderson again eschewing the fair catch. He caught it on the run and made a good return on it, but that's going to be a block from behind, a clip against Han. It's a little hard for the blockers to know where Anderson is going. All they know for sure is that he isn't going to fair catch it, I think. That will push Han's start of this possession clear back to about the 14-yard line. 7:16 left before the half. Han leads by 1 touchdown. And so far they pretty well dominated the game, but only 1 score. Aloma split wide to this side. That's Monteith with the ball. And he bounces off of 1 man and not going to get much. Stopped right near the line of scrimmage. He disappeared from view there for a minute behind a tackle. And good pursuit by Fairfield Prep. 2nd and 10 for Han. Matt Reynolds in at fullback, Monteith at tailback, Max Rosenthal quarterbacking. That's Reynolds with the ball, and he pushes the whole pile forward for a bit. And gains about 4 yards, almost 4 yards. 3rd down and at least 6 for Han. There's a potential pass play here, even though they're deep in their own territory. Rosenthal, quarterback. And he's going to throw. There's a man wide open. Complete pass, first down. That's number 80, it looks like, for Han. Number 80, Nate Brown, playing at the tight end position. A senior, 6'1", 200 pounds. A good pass from, good deception that time from Rosenthal. And Nate Brown makes the catch, picks up the first down on 3rd and long. Anderson and Aloma both come to the near side of the field. And run back the other way, Monteith. Monteith gets to the 40. About a 2-yard gain. Second and 8 for Han. Aloma split this side. And it's the first man in a big hole. First down for Hand near the midfield. That is Reynolds, Matt Reynolds, bulldozing his way near midfield, about the 49. First down.
Reynolds wrapped there, Kate.
His wrap on offense, Steve, is he's got both arms wrapped around it because he's running a lot of traffic. First down Hand, the 49. That's the first man carrying the ball. That's Tony Mead. He gains about 1, short 1. Not going to give him much forward progress there. Mead and Taylor out of the game. Second down and long 9. Tight formation. Christian Anderson comes off to the left as a potential receiver. That's Rosenthal. Still got it. Looking to throw. Looking long. He lofts it up, and it's going to be out of bounds. Knocked down. Incomplete. Both Anderson and the defensive man were out of bounds, so that one wasn't going to go anywhere. Third and almost 10. Another potential pass play here. I notice that Fairfield Prep's a player who was injured earlier, number 74, their tackle. I don't expect him back in the game. They put a temporary cast on his left leg, so he apparently did some damage to his left leg. Third and long for Hand. That's Aloma finally getting to the right side, and they got 2 receivers right, 1 left there. Rosenthal looking to throw. He's being pressured. Now he's getting out of there. Breaks a tackle, breaks another one. There's a flag, another flag. 2 flags. He gains about 6 yards, but let's see what that one is. Holding call against Hand again. Well, they could decline this and have 4th down coming up if they wanted to. We'll see if they want 4th down. It'd be about 4th and 4 or 3rd down and pushed it way back. In high school ball, most of the coaches will take the big penalties, get them as far away from the goal as possible, because it's pretty hard to make up a 3rd and 25 yards, 30 yards maybe. 3rd and about a quarter of a mile here. We've got Christian Anderson's foot left, Aloma to the right as potential pass receivers. Rosenthal rolling right, and there's a flag to stop the play. Rosenthal's tackled behind the line of scrimmage, but that flag was before the play started. Let's see what we got on that one. Well, Hand was playing a pretty sharp game with very few mistakes for a while, and now they're making quite a few mistakes. Procedure penalty before the play started, so that one will cost them 5 more before the play gets started. If that last play was 3rd and a quarter of a mile, it's 3rd and about about a 1/3 of a mile now. They got to go clear to the opposite 40 for a 1st down here. I don't think the coach has many plays for a 3rd and 35 or whatever it is.
Hail Mary.
No, it's too early in the game. He's going to throw it, though. Being pursued. Now Rosenthal gets it away. Intercepted, and a flag is thrown right there. Man is running it back. And he's tackled by Monteith, but a flag is down at about the 46 over there where the interception was made.
What was that flag for?
The flag didn't appear to be thrown until after the interception was made. call here. It's in Fairfield Prep's favor. They're going to pick up the flags and give Fairfield Prep the ball at about the 33. I believe there was a pass interference, but they claimed that the ball was tipped earlier. So once it's been touched, you can go ahead and nail that receiver over there. Fairfield Prep with good field position. We've got 2:43 left before the half, with a chance for them to tie this game up for the half. Timeout, Fairfield Prep. On that interception and penalty flag that was picked up, the referee watching the receiver called a pass interference, but the ball was claimed to be tipped earlier. So apparently when Rosenthal threw it, maybe. So they picked up the flag, did not call a penalty on it. We'll take a break. And I'm looking behind the pole again here. Fairfield Prep with the ball back, 1st and 10. And it's handed off and run this direction. A big hole. Heading from out of bounds. Finally pushed out by Christian Anderson and Tony Meade, but not until after a big gain. Clear down to the 17, between the 16 and the 17. First down for Fairfield Prep. This is the Jesuits' deepest penetration of the game so far. We have 2.5 minutes left before the half. Plenty of time for them. They split 2 receivers left and 1 right. And it's run to the left with 2 blockers in front of it. That's trouble. The man turns the corner over there. And I'm not sure if they called that a touchdown or if he went out of bounds. Touchdown. Apparently he was not pushed out of bounds. Touchdown Fairfield Prep. They had 2 men split wide left, and they were both potential blockers in front of the run. And a good run around the left side. Stayed inbounds. We couldn't tell from here whether he was inbounds or out. Fairfield Prep takes a timeout before the conversion try.
Timeout, Fairfield Prep. We just started. Corrected, no touchdown, 1st and goal.
No touchdown. I never did see a referee signal a touchdown on that last play, and the PA announcer gave him a touchdown, but it was not a touchdown. They ruled that he went out of bounds at about the 3. So 1st and goal at the 3. And Fairfield Prep has not scored yet, but they're threatening. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And it's run up the middle. And there's a touchdown. Run right over right guard, right tackle, and kept going. Good hard running by Fairfield. Fairfield Prep is on the board with 2:16 left before the half, and we'll try to tie this game up with a conversion. It's a good snap, good placement, and looks like a good kick. Tie game at 7. 1 touchdown each team in the first half so far. Fairfield Prep has finally scored with 2:16 left before the half. They'll kick it back to hand. Looking for a big return here from Christian Anderson on the near side or Matt Monteith on the far side. In front of them are 45, Brian Gallagher, and 42, Tony Mead. And it's hit on the fly, picked up on the bounce by Monteith. And Monteith going to bring it back. And he's got some room to ground. He's got one man to beat here. He's going to run out of real estate, I think. Finally pushed out of bounds at a 42. Good return by Matt Monteith, who reversed his direction and brought it clear out across the 40. Hand's got over 2 minutes to work here, but they need to move it in chunks now. Got Aloma and Anderson split to the right. Rosenthal behind Joe Naughton in the center. Rosenthal rolls. Now he's looking to throw. There's a man complete pass. That's Christian Anderson across the 35. Clear down to about the 34. I said they needed it in chunks, and that was a pretty good chunk. Good pass by Rosenthal right to Anderson. And Christian Anderson is a hard one to bring down. This time hand splits Aloma and Anderson to the left. And roll left. Rosenthal is hit just as he throws. Complete pass down to the 21. That is Aloma. Jason Aloma. That was a nice pass, and it was thrown hard and low. Nobody was going to catch that but Aloma. And it was just off of the grass that Aloma was able to scoop it up. Another first down and another big chunk. They got a minute and a half left now before the half, and they're at the 21. Now Aloma and Anderson go to the right. And Rosenthal rolls right, being pursued. And aiming for Aloma, can't quite hit him. Incomplete pass, stops the clock at 1:13. And Max Rosenthal was hit hard just as he threw that ball. He didn't have a chance to set himself at all. It was a rollout pass, and he was pursued rather heavily. 2nd and 10. In the backfield, we've got Reynolds. Matt Reynolds, the only man behind the quarterback. Got Anderson to the right. 2 receivers left. He's looking for Anderson. He's open over there. Complete pass. Thrown down inbounds at about the 10. That's another first down, however.
3 chunks in a row, Coach.
Yeah, good chunks. So they've marched the ball here, and they still got over a minute left before the half. Hand takes a timeout. That's their last timeout of the half. 9. Okay. And then they're inside the 10-yard line. They've got a minute 2 left on the clock. No timeouts left, so it'll probably be all passes. Shotgun formation. Oh, a low snap to Rosenthal, being pursued, and now he's going to eat it. And he did get out of bounds. He did one good thing to get out of bounds there to stop the clock with 52 seconds left. That was a bad snap from center, and kind of messed up the whole play for Rosenthal. Lose about 5 yards, 6 yards. So the ball's back about to 16. 2nd down and goal. We're inside of a minute, 52 seconds showing on the clock. That's the first time Hand had used the shotgun this year, and I don't think they practiced it a lot yet. Pretty tight formation here. And it looks like Fairfield Prep may have jumped offside. If so, that gives them a free 5. Offside, Fairfield Prep. Actually, it's called encroachment nowadays. That's another 5 yards. They gained that loss back. Pretty much they're back to about the 11. Second and goal at the 11. Joe Naughton gets over the ball at center. Split wide left is Doolittle. Rosenthal rolls left, and there's thrown into the end zone, incomplete at the goal line. Aiming for Sean Gavin. Sean Gavin got a hand on it, but the defense was right with him at the goal line.
One more pass, and then field goal.
3rd and 11 now. And if they don't get the touchdown on this one, we might possibly see a field goal. They're in close enough, and Max Rosenthal is a good enough kicker that they could go for the 3 and take the lead again. There's a big play coming up for hand. Christian Anderson to the right. I believe that's Sean Gavin to the left. And flags down before the snap, and I think somebody from hand moved too soon on that one. That won't hurt them much. They got more room to throw the pass now. False start. So that takes the ball back to the 15. We got Sean Gavin split wide left. Christian Anderson to the right. Gavin's got single coverage. That might be enticing. He's looking though instead to Anderson. Complete pass, touchdown in the corner of the end zone. Christian Anderson makes the catch just in the end zone. And Max Rosenthal hung it out on a line that time right to Anderson, hit him between the 3 and the 0. Hand regains the lead with 34 seconds left in the half. That was the short side of the field over there. I thought maybe they might look for Gavin on the wide side. Rosenthal to try the kick. Waller Smith the holder, a little bit slow on the snap, but he puts it through good. Hand takes the lead, 14-7. You're off? Okay. Well, Steve, we're back with the pole right in front of us.
Yeah, let's ask them to move that.
We'll move the pole at halftime. We have 34 seconds left, and Rosenthal will probably hit this ball low and hard. And there it is on the ground, and it's fumbled by Fairfield Prep. They dive on it and come flying in there 90 miles an hour with number 45 for a hand right on top of it, Brian Gallagher. Fairfield with the ball. They covered it about the 40, but no run back on that kind of kick. And 1 second ran off on that play. We got a home field timer here tonight, I believe. Fairfield Prep has the ball back at the 40. They could take a shot at something long here. They got two receivers to the far side. Hand is playing way back. The quarterback looking to throw. He's looking left. There's a man open at the 50. Complete pass at the 50. They tackle him, bring him down inbounds at about the 46, 47. Timeout, Fairfield. That's their last timeout before the half, and we're down to 22 seconds. Hand was playing prevent defense, as they say. Everybody was well off of the receivers, making them throw it underneath. They did complete it. We have a timeout and a break. Fairfield Prep, first down at the 47. They have no timeouts remaining, so it'll probably be all passing here, trying to tie this game up before the half. And heavy pressure by Hand. Now a passer throws it high, and it's knocked down. A good defensive play by Hand. That's number 20 for Hand back there. Number 20 is Pat Durham, junior, 5'11", 158, junior. And now we have 14 seconds showing. And one defensive man for Hand almost got the quarterback for a sack there, but he went by him, got one hand on him, could not tackle him. Fairfield will probably throw long again here, looking for either a penalty or a long completion. Confusion in the backfield of Fairfield. They got two receivers that are coming to the right side now, one to the left. And Hand's defense is going to tee off and come after the quarterback. There's thrown high in the air. Complete pass. He's down at about the 24. Complete pass. Clock is stopped with 5 seconds. Now, if I recall, 5 seconds showing on the clock. As soon as the referee motions this, I believe the clock begins to run again, and they're not going to get it off. Down to 1. That's the end of the half before they can get it off. Hand will go into halftime leading 14-7 against the Jesuits of Fairfield Prep at Fairfield. Second game of the season. Both teams lost their first one. And we've got a good game going here tonight. This is Kent Sprague with Frank Tordoff in Maine this weekend, going to a wedding. And on the camera is Steve Fust. Earlier was John Woods. We'll take a break at the halftime. The Daniel Hand High School Marching Band is here for the halftime show, and then back for the third quarter. wide shot to begin. Are you on? We're about ready to begin the second half of this good football game at Fairfield Prep. Hand scored just before the half on a pass to Christian Anderson, and leads 14-7. They will get the ball first in the second half. Back deep to receive are Christian Anderson on the near side, Matt Monteith on the far side. Fairfield Prep ready to kick. It's a high spinning kick aimed at Anderson, and Anderson keeps it going to the right, cuts back. He's going to be snowed under near the 30-yard line. Faked a reverse to Monteith and kept it, went right, brought it back to, they're going to put it down at about the 29, it looks like. This is Kent Sprague with Steve Fust, and John Woods is on the camera for the third quarter, starting the third quarter. And second game of the season. Max Rosenthal at quarterback all the way, hands off to the first man. It looks like Reynolds goes forward for 2 or 3. Number 36 there, Matt Reynolds, lowers that head, lowers the body, and leans forward and just plows his way into the defense. Gains 2 yards. Monteith is the tailback. Tight formation. They won't pass out of this one very often. Pitch wide to Monteith, who cuts it over right tackle. Takes it forward for about another 3. Across the 35. That's the hand band you hear across the way. It's kind of nice to see hand with their big band going to away games as well as home games. Not too many high schools send their band to away games. Third down and about 4 yards to go. Between 3 and 4 yards to go. Tight formation. Everybody in tight. And they hand it off to the first man, and he's going to be down right at the 35. That's Tony Meade does not make it. Good defense by Fairfield Prep. Hand is going to have to punt. We're early in the third quarter. Hand is leading 14-7. Rosenthal back to kick. One man dropped down about the 30 for Fairfield. Now they come in tight to block. Good snap, and he gets it out of there, and a good spinning kick. Hope he gets a little roll out of that. It's going to roll down out to 22. Pretty good kick by Rosenthal. He kicked it away from the return man. It's a nice evening in Fairfield tonight. It's later in the evening. They started the game late, about 8 o'clock, because the field was used by a soccer team, I believe, earlier. And they're getting some dew on the grass, so it might be a little slick for some people out there. Fairfield Prep, 2 receivers left, 1 right, and the tailback gets the ball, and that's Spinato. Meets him right near the line of scrimmage, helped out by Vin Paolini. LJ Spinato, 56 and 54, Paolini. Meet the ball carrier with a 1-yard gain. 91 there in the line is Brett Stisley. Rory Kane is 75. I'm calling him Rory Calhoun like Frank did last week. Number 45 is on the far end of the line. That's Brian Gallagher. Second down and 9. Quarterback looking to throw. Now he's going to throw it over to the left side. Complete pass near the sideline. Bumped out of bounds by hand. Number 38, Michael Lee, pushes him out of bounds. Be short of a first down. Bring up 3rd and almost 4. This quarterback for Fairfield Prep has thrown some good passes lately. His first two didn't look very good. They were both rainbows. It's pitched wide left this time, running left, and looks like he may have the first down. See where we're going to spot it here. About the 32, it looks like. That's right near the marker. The quarterback or the coaches over there for a hand are lobbying on the spot a little bit, and they're going to measure. We played 3 minutes in the third quarter. And the hand is leading by 7. I guess they've already measured it over on the sideline, and it's going to come up just short. Boy, not much short either. About 5 3/8 inches it looks like, doesn't it, Steve? That'll bring up fourth down though for Fairfield Prep. I think in this position they better punt, because if they don't make it here, gives Hand an awfully good scoring opportunity. It's early in the third quarter. Christian Anderson isn't sure they're going to punt. Now he's going to drop back. Punt formation. Anderson still hasn't dropped very far. He's backing up to about the 40 right now. Punt formation, a good snap, and a good kick out of there. Anderson drives him backwards, and a long roll. That ball's going to roll clear down near the 10, about the 11 or 12. A good kick by Fairfield Prep. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And there, as I can tell, that was about between a 55 and 60-yard kick with a roll. That got Fairfield Prep switched into the field here on field position. And with rather poor field position here to start, because that was a great kick. It was over the return man, Anderson. Matt Monteith at tailback, and he's been hemmed in pretty well tonight. He's getting the ball first here, and he's going to swing to this side. And the pursuit is good for Hand. There's a flag down. Flag down in Hand's backfield. That normally is not good news for the offense. Holding call. Holding call against Hand. And that was over there close to where number 70, Drew, was. Hand is still making a few too many mistakes, but it is only the second game of the season. Now they've got first down repeated, clear back at the 5. Daniel Hand huddling in their end zone. And with a 7-point lead, they probably won't get too fancy with it down that deep. It's handed off to the first man up the middle, gains a yard or so at most. That was Matt Reynolds up the middle, and short gain. Very short gain. And near as I can tell, the ball is spotted very near the 5. Second down in about 17 maybe. There's a draw up the middle, and not much there, and he doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage. I don't believe that's Monteith. Third down and very long for Hand coming up. Ball looks like it's between the 4 and the 5 here. It's a pretty good field here. It doesn't appear to be muddy anywhere, but Hand needs a bunch of yards on this play. pitch wide right, and Monteith trying to turn the corner. Gets up over the 10, but hand will have to punt. Matt Monteith gains about 5 or 6. 4th and long for him. Fairfield Prep should get this ball back in good field position. Their return man is inside their 50. They'll have a tight formation here. They came close to blocking the last one. Rosenthal to kick it out of there. Good snap. Kicks it out of there quick, and a good high long floater. Drives the return man back, and he picks it up and is down immediately. The chase man over there was number 16 for Hand, who was right down on the returner. Mark Punselt covered the man there. He's a freshman. He was the chase man on the return, and that was a good kick by Rosenthal, a hard one to field. It was a floater. Came out of there, the return man dropped it, picked it up, and was tackled immediately by Punselt, but they get the ball at the 48. 1st and 10. They've got 2 receivers to this side. They're going to run this way, and they got a lot of blocking ahead of it, but it's closed down. Now, man, breaks loose, still going. Finally wrestled down by Gallagher. It looked like that play was going to be stacked up, but he gained about 7 yards anyway. Brian Gallagher made the tackle, or he might still be running. Second down, about 4 at the 45. We're midway in the 3rd quarter with Hand leading by 7 points. The offense is strong to the left this time. The man cuts it back, and he is tackled that time by the first man that makes a hit is number 77 on the bottom of the pile there, and my roster does not show a 77. Let's look at the other roster. Bill Larson, sophomore, in on that tackle, looks like. And we have a Fairfield Prep man down on that play, so we have an injury timeout and a break in the action. Fairfield Prep, number 2 for Fairfield Prep. His name is Ryan Rodriguez. He's from Reading. He's a defensive back, a senior, who was injured on that play, and he is walking slowly off the field. It's run up the middle and a good drive forward. Got a 1st down. Tackled by Paolini. Vin Paolini, linebacker, was in on the tackle, but Fairfield Prep a 1st down. Yeah. We got Matt Reynolds, Vin Paolini, the linebacker, Tony Meade. Number 38 is also for Hand and protecting a corner. 38 is Michael Lee. First down, Fairfield. The guy swinging to the right, and here's a man back here. Made a shot at him, but didn't get him. That was Lee that had a chance to bring him down for a big loss, but was not able to get him. Still, they ran him out of bounds for a loss of a couple. Michael Lee messed that play up and strung it out wide, but he did not make the tackle on him. Second down now and 12. Ball to 39. Fairfield with a one-man split wide left and 2 on the near side, and the man drives right straight forward up near the 35. Gains about 4. Paolini again on the tackle. Only gained a little over 3, it looks like. Closer to 3 than 4. Number 32 into the game for Han. 32 is Eric Charway, a senior. Quarterback, straight back, looking to throw. Looking left, throwing left, and it's knocked down by Lee. Michael Lee, between the receiver and the passer. Almost picked that one off. Bring up 4th down and 7. However, the ball is clear down to the 35, and Fairfield Prep is behind by 1 score. I would doubt if they would punt here. We'll see. Might fake a punt. This is a good place to fake a punt, actually. They're not even going to go into punt formation. They got 4th and 7 here. Han needs to stop this one to get the ball back. Quarterback looking to throw, looking left. Now he's going to run it, and he's going to be tackled short of a 1st down. Han gets the ball. Good pursuit over there. That's Paolini ran that play down. A lot of defensive men flooded back to cover, and the quarterback had nobody open. Decided to try to pick it up on the run, but Paolini stopped the play. Han gets the ball back. 1st down. Where is the ball? About the 32, 33. About the 33. We have 2:45 left in the 3rd quarter. This 3rd quarter has been mostly running plays. Not sure what that's all about. Looked like the referee was giving somebody a lecture in the middle of the line there. 1st down. Handed off to the first man. That looked like Reynolds. Goes forward for about 3. Matt Reynolds, number 36. My list of weights and measures here says Matt Reynolds is only 5'6" and weighs 211. That's built a little like a spark plug or a fire plug. One or the other. 2nd down now and long 7. Run up the middle again. That ball looked like it came loose. I think he got it back if it did. That was Tony Mead, I think, that carried the ball that time. And handing the ball back to the referee is 56, Spinato. So that ball did come loose, but Spinato covered it. Spinato is a long snapper. He plays a guard position, I believe, on the offensive line. Joe Naughton is the center. 3rd and long, potential pass play here. Rosenthal straight back looking to throw, and the incomplete pass almost picked off on the right flat, aiming for Christian Anderson. Han will have to punt again. Han's offense has sputtered a little bit in the 3rd quarter. Max Rosenthal back to punt. Dropping to receive is number 20 for Fairfield Prep, back near the 30. Rosenthal short punt formation, gets a high spinner out of there. Near the far side, it's going to roll, a good roll. Clear down to the 20. Number 20 for Fairfield Prep, back to receive that is Jason Sabin, a senior. But a very effective kick, not a particularly pretty one, but a very effective one for Max Rosenthal. Got it out of there. Han has punts out of a short punt formation, very tight, very hard to penetrate. But Rosenthal can only take 1 step and kick it. And usually you can't get the best kick that way because you can't take 2 steps and or 3 steps and get into the ball. We're down just over a minute left in the 3rd quarter. The 3rd quarter has gone quickly for this game. Ball at the 20. Quarterback hands it off, run over left guard, left tackle, gains 2 or 3. Number 75, Rory Keane, in on the tackle. Rory Keane playing right in the middle of that line. Spinato is there also, 91. Brett Stisley is there. 45 on the other side is Gallagher. Brian Gallagher. Those are the front 4. Inside linebackers are Vin Paolini and Tony Mead. On the corners are 38 for hand, Michael Lee. And 36, Matt Reynolds, and thrown long down the middle. Almost intercepted. Number 20 for hand was in good position there, broken up by the receiver. Actually, number 20 was Pat Durham in good position to either knock that ball down or pick it off. Almost picked it off. That was a dangerous pass for Fairfield Prep because there were a lot of hand players around it. We're down to 11 seconds left in the third quarter. 3rd and long here, another potential pass play. Two receivers to the far side, one to this side. Quarterback straight back, looking to throw over in the flat. Covered over there, nice tackle by 36, Matt Reynolds. And there's a Reynolds wrap, and that'll run out the third quarter to go into the fourth quarter with hand ahead by 7 points. 1 quarter to play, and an excellent defensive play by Matt Reynolds. Stopped that last play, a completed pass, but they only gained a yard. Punt formation for Fairfield Prep. Christian Anderson near midfield to receive. And it's kicked out of there, and Anderson catches it. No fair catch, and he brings it back maybe 2 yards to the 48. He kept his record intact. He hadn't called a fair catch yet, I don't think. Hand with good field position at 48. While we get ready for this first play, I'll remind you of next week's game, their only game of the season where they play on a Thursday night. The Jewish holidays, Rosh Hashanah, begins next weekend, and so they moved the game up to Thursday night, 7 o'clock at East Haven. There's a run up the middle, good run by Monteith, gains a 9 or 10. I think he's just short of a first. Matt Monteith behind Vin Paolini, blocking right ahead of him. Gained about 9.
Hold, Kent.
So next week's game is at East Haven on Thursday night at 7 o'clock. 2nd and 1 for hand. Handed off to the first man, got the first down. It looks like that's probably Reynolds. Well, the PA announcer said it was Mead. Let's see if he is right. He is right. That's 42, Tony Mead. Here comes Matt Reynolds back in the game now. First down hand. Now they got to wait for the chains to move. There's a guy asleep on the chains on the far sideline. First down hand at the 38. We're early in the fourth quarter. Hand is leading by 7 points. Handed off to Monteith, looking to go left, and nothing there. Matt Monteith is stopped a yard short. Lost a yard. Fairfield Prep has done an excellent job of stringing out plays wide. Therefore, Matt Monteith has had a tough night running. He's gotten a few that have gained some yards, but he's had several that were slight losses and stopped near the line of scrimmage. Second down now at about 12. Pitch wide this time to Monteith again, and he's trying the right side, and he's going to gain back those two he lost, but that's all. Third and about 10, or maybe 11. Third and 11 for Hand. Potential pass play here. They need 11 yards here to keep the ball. Monteith and Reynolds in the backfield. Anderson split wide right. And who's at the left? That's Paloma. Intercepted. Intercepted and tackled in the backfield by Taylor. John Taylor makes the tackle. He's the tight end over there. That wasn't too bad because if they hadn't made it here, they still had a long ways to go for a first down. Fairfield Prep, however, gets the ball back at the 35. And this game may come down to how well Hand can play defense. So far, they've played it pretty well tonight. Sean Gavin playing the corner over here on defense. Quarterback looking to throw this way, right towards Sean Gavin. Incomplete, in and out of the hands of the receiver, and Gavin was behind him. Gavin was behind him, 38. Michael Lee was in front of him. He got his hands on it, but it would have been a tough catch. And Sean Gavin is one of the more sure-handed receivers for Hand, and he knows that Fairfield Prep is going to be throwing that ball. On the other side, their deep man is number 20 for Hand, Pat Durham. Fairfield looking to throw again. Got two receivers split this way, and there's a man open, catches the ball, short of a first down by a couple of yards. Up about the 34. That, however, brings up third and pretty short. Third and a yard and a half, it looks like. They need to cross the 45 to get a first down. And if Hand could stop this one short, we'd have an interesting play, because it's when you get near the middle of the fourth quarter and trailing, you don't always punt. If you're near the middle of the field, they're running up the middle, and he is stopped. I don't think he quite made the 45. Well, the referee's got his foot down on the 45. They may measure this. Bring the chains in. It's too close to call. Ball is lying directly on the 45. Looks like they need to get 6 inches past it to get a first down, so this is going to be very close. I see no signal of a first down yet. Still don't see a first down signal. And the referee says you need about 3 inches. This brings up an interesting call here for Fairfield Prep. I know what Hand would probably do in this position. They'd probably go for it. And I think Fairfield Prep is going to also. Very short.
Obviously, you go for it.
Tight formation for Fairfield Prep. They're going to power it right up the middle at Hand. Tony Mead is the inside linebacker there, looking like he's getting ready to shoot the gap. See if he can meet the ball carrier in the backfield. A lot of manpower right in the middle of the field. Quarterback keeper, and he's got the front. The ball's loose. Ball went in the air, and Hand may have that one. Matt Reynolds thinks Hand has it. They're still unpacking the pile there, but that ball popped in the air, Fairfield Prep says they've got it, and Fairfield Prep comes up with it. Christian Anderson was right on the bottom there on a wrestling match for that ball too. Fairfield Prep, however, keeps the ball and keeps possession. First down at the 48. That may be a big play for them. If they go on down and punch it in the end zone, it definitely will be a big play for them. Got a receiver each side. They're going to do quite a bit of passing because their running game hasn't done a lot tonight. Man crosses the 50 to the 49, gains about 3.
John Humphrey, carry.
Gallagher in on the tackle. Brian Gallagher, number 45, is seeing a lot of playing time for Han. About a 3-yard gain across midfield. And we're coming up to 7 minutes left in this game, and Han is leading by 7 points. Two receivers to this side of the field. Gavin has got the wide man. And it's run up the middle. And a lot of manpower there. Gained about 2. Tony Mead on the bottom of that tackle. Ben Paolini there. Michael Lee also on that tackle. Third down and a long 3. Almost 4. Ball at the 46 now. And quarterback looking to throw. That's a crossing pattern in and out of the hands of the receiver. Back there in coverage was Paolini. Coming across was Sean Gavin. That brings up 4th and 3. I would say Fairfield Prep will probably go for it here. 4th and 3, although they're bringing a lot of new players in. We've got just over 6 minutes left, so there's quite a bit of time. It's not too bad a place to fake a punt, but they're back in punt formation. And Christian Anderson's got to be careful here not to get it stripped from him down inside the 10. Good snap from center. It's kicked right about the 45. It's a high floating kick. There's a fair catch by Christian Anderson. First one in his career. There's a flag down at line of scrimmage, wasn't there? I'm not sure what the flag was. Christian Anderson. That was a smart move to make that a fair catch. And illegal procedure call against Fairfield Prep. They'll probably, well, let's see what Han does here. They got the ball safely in their possession, but see if they make them kick it again. They're talking to Hans Christian Anderson, one of the captains for Han. Anderson and Monteith are the captains this year for Han. And they have safely got the ball in their possession. They may take it down there. And Han refuses the 5-yard penalty. Doesn't want them to kick it again because they handled the ball cleanly. Would like to take possession with 5:55 left on the clock. Now they got to hang on to the ball because all the tacklers will be, one player will grab one defensive man will grab the ball carrier, and the next one in will grab for the ball. And it's handed off to Monteith going to the left side up to the 15. He gains 1 at most. About a yard gain. I have a feeling with 5.5 minutes left in the game, this one's going to go right down to the end before it's decided. Monteith and Reynolds in the backfield behind Rosenthal. And it's reversed to Christian Anderson going to the far side, and Anderson is thrown back to about the 10. Lost 4 or 5 yards. So that was a misdirection handed off to Anderson, but it did not work. Each team has their full complement of timeouts in the second half. 3 timeouts left for each team, and Hand now has 3rd down and about 15. 3rd and long. Anderson and Aloma come to the near side of the field. Rosenthal rolling this way, looking to throw. Now he's going to bring it down. Ball's loose, and Fairfield Prep recovers at about the 15-yard line. Max Rosenthal was looking to throw and decided to run and had the ball knocked loose. Big break for Fairfield Prep with 4:28 showing on the clock. They get the ball back deep in Hand's territory. The ball is spotted at about the 13, it looks like. They can get a first down inside the 4. They got receivers each side of the field. Handed off up the middle and cut down. A good tackle. That's Paolini, Vin Paolini. He stopped that play for a yard loss. Fairfield Prep, got a receiver wide each side. Looking to throw to the right. There's a throw out to the right, no good, incomplete. Coverage over there by number 20 for Hand. Pat Durham had the coverage. It was not catchable. 3rd down and just over 10. Look for another pass play toward the end zone on this one. 3rd and long. They can get a first down in between the 3 and the 4. And 2 receivers to the left. Quarterback looking left. Now he's going to throw it. Throwing over the end zone. Out of reach of the receiver. 4th down coming up. 4th down, big 4th down play coming up. The field goal will not help them. 3:35 on the clock. 4th and about 11. The ball is spotted at the 13, it looks like. The referee drives the ball off. It's going to be another pass play. And Fairfield Prep takes a timeout before they run this big 4th down play.
Big play, Fred.
You can cut it. This is the biggest play of the game to this point. 4th down and 11 for Fairfield Prep. The ball spotted about the 13. They can get a first down between the 3 and the 4. But they're thinking touchdown here, and Hand needs to stop this one. Pass play, looking left, rolling left. Now he's going to throw back across the middle. The man down there. Caught, touchdown, Fairfield Prep. Touchdown, Fairfield Prep. The man from the right side came down the end line. Went high in the air and caught the ball. And Fairfield Prep is going to take a timeout before the conversion. We'll see if they go for the tie or go to try to win this game. We got 3:26 on the clock. Score is 14-13 with a conversion coming up. pick it up early. Go ahead.
What are they going to do?
Well, we'll see if the Jesuits are looking to win this game. Hando has 3:26 left, so they got a little bit of time. Not a lot. So it looks like they're going to come out and go for 2. They got all their line on one side. I don't believe they're going to snap it till they shift. Well, they did snap it, and now they're going to run it. And an option play right, and he's going to get the 2 points. So a trick play by Fairfield Prep. They lined up all their linemen on one side. They went ahead and snapped it and ran an option to the right. Fairfield Prep leads 15-14. That was a pretty good play, actually. Okay, go ahead. That 2-point conversion was a naked play to the right, an option run by the quarterback, who then pitched, and the trail man carried it into the corner of the end zone. A trick play, but obviously they had been practicing that play. It was well run. Now Christian Anderson and Matt Monteith are back to receive. 3:26 left in the game. Hand is down by 1. It's a high kick fielded by Monteith, or Anderson coming this way. Christian Anderson, a good return up to the 35. Christian Anderson faked the handoff to Matt Monteith and kept it coming up near the 35, about the 34, I believe they're going to spot it. And with a little over 3 minutes, they've got time to move the ball down the field. Plus they've got 3 timeouts, but they got to do this mistake-free. They're 1 point behind. We'll keep an eye on the receivers here. Aloma split left. And the ball is thrown into the ground, looking for Aloma, coming back for it. Max Rosenthal all the way at quarterback, and he needs some complete passes there. He's got Sean Gavin to the left, Christian Anderson to the right. It's a fake, and now he's going to throw down the middle. It's thrown behind the receiver. That was Gavin coming across, but the ball was a little behind him. Third down and 10. Fairfield Prep looking for a pass on every play. This time they got Gavin to the left and Anderson to the right one more time. And Rosenthal rolling to the left, and he's in trouble. He's sacked clear back to the 20. Max Rosenthal sacked way back to the 20. And a 4th down coming up, 4th and a long ways. I don't think Hand has much choice here but to punt it out of this position. That's just an awful yardage to make on 4th down, so they will punt it. They do have all 3 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock. Punt formation. Everybody in tight to protect Rosenthal. He's going to punt it out of there, and he's going to punt it over the head of the return man, who's going to catch it at the 30 and bring it back a little bit. Tackle down there by number 16 for Hand. Good coverage. That's Mark Punzelt, the freshman again. The chase man on the return. So now we watch the clock. It's 2:10 left on the clock. Hand has 3 timeouts left. They got all their timeouts left, but they need to stop Fairfield Prep. Fairfield Prep will probably keep the ball on the ground and let the clock run. I would expect a run into the line if it stopped. A quick timeout. Fairfield Prep with the ball, and Hand needs it badly. Run to the right and a big run, and he's got a 1st down. Clear up to midfield. That's one of their captains there, number 42. Good player for Fairfield Prep. His name is Greg Zielinski, 5'10", 188 pounds, senior from Fairfield. He gained 10 yards, and I'm not sure why we got a stoppage in the action here.
1st down.
Well, they haven't moved the sticks yet either.
What's going on?
I think their problem is with the chain gang on the far side. Now they're going to move it up. He gained enough for a 1st down. Got about 11 yards. Ball's up at the 48. The clock is running. A full house backfield for Fairfield Prep. A wishbone. They're just going to power it right at Hand here. And a run on the right side. Tackle by number 20 for Hand. And number 20 is Pat Durham. Christian Anderson there also. Clock running. I'm not sure why they didn't burn a timeout there. They need to stop Fairfield Prep. After this play, if they can stop it short of a 1st down, I'm sure they'll take a timeout. Full house backfield again, wishbone. It's a power running type formation. And they're going to run right, and got a 1st down and more. Clear down to about the 37. So Hand can't stop Fairfield Prep here. Timeouts don't help you if you can't keep them from getting 1st downs. We're inside of a minute now, and Hand will take a timeout with 55 seconds left. Okay, stop. 1st down, Fairfield Prep. We got down to 55 seconds now, and they can about run the clock out if they don't lose the ball, and gain about 2. Hand will stop the clock again with 47 seconds. One more reminder that next week, are you on? Yeah, but next week, Hand plays a Thursday night game, their only Thursday night game of the season, against East Haven at East Haven. Because of the Jewish holidays coming up next weekend, they play early. They don't play Friday night. It'll be at 7 o'clock at East Haven on Thursday night. And Fairfield Prep is just looking to run clock and hang on to the ball. 47 seconds, and the quarterback takes a knee. Hand will take another timeout, I'm sure. The clock is still running, however. It went down to 41. Now the clock clock shows, the scoreboard shows that Han does not have any more timeouts. 3rd down and 8. But they can about kill the clock on this next play because Han can't stop it with timeouts again. Fairfield Prep will run it into the line again and let the clock run. Probably take a 5-yard penalty. Here we go. Quarterback back, takes a knee, drops down, and the clock is going to continue to roll. We're down to 35 seconds and running. I think they'll have to snap it on 4th down, but probably they'll just run another running play, and that probably will run out the clock. What do they got, 35 seconds between plays? I think that's right. If that's correct, they're going to get a penalty with about 3 or 4 seconds showing on the clock. So Han is going to go down to defeat in their 2nd game season. That stops the clock with 3 seconds left. And Fairfield Prep will take a 5-yard penalty, run this last play, and go in with a victory. Fairfield Prep will be 1-1. Han will be 0-2 for the season. So far, they played well tonight. Probably should have won this game. A few too many mistakes yet. But they will take the ball back, kneel down, and the clock runs out. Fairfield Prep wins 15-14. This is Kent Sprague with Steve Fust and John Woods on the camera. We look forward to seeing Frank Tordo back next week. Our 2nd game of the season against Fairfield Prep. They played better than they did their 1st game, but not quite good enough. Lose by 1 point. Final score 15-14 from Fairfield. Good night.